Talk about what you've seen in the first few days and what you think.
A lot of retention for where we left off, from the bowl preparation, which we're really pleased about. Really sharpness, which is really nice. When you install something in the room, you see it in their eyes that they understand what you're talking about, and they're asking the questions of the next step of the teaching progression, which is really neat. I think when you're in a room and people are interacting and you're helping each other out, you make things even better because you get a tremendous trust level with one another. So it's been really good.
Mason was talking about how different the questions are when you're interacting with people, showing concepts. How much more advanced is what they know, and how much more complex are the questions that you get now?
A lot more, just the next level of, well, what happens if they line up in an odd front instead of an over front? What happens if the safety rolls down? Do we need to make this call? So it's a lot more where I say it's like their football lens is opening, and which is really neat, and it's really rewarding just as a coaching staff when people are really catching on what you're trying to teach and want to be good at it, and our coaches have done a good job of teaching it to them, and the players have really done a good job of buying into it.
When you talk about sharpness, and you're not in your natural environment, you're in practice, does that please you that you come down and sort of, all this stuff going on, it's not normal for them and they're still...
I think it's completely normal for them. I mean, they're the type of kids that, we've gone to Florida in the bowl game before, so, you tell them, hey, we got to pack up, we're heading out to go practice. This is a very team that's mature and really handles tasks, so it's not, I don't see anything different, just a great team bonding down there, which has been really good.
Mason and Jim have said his move to center is not in stone, but do you like what you're seeing?
Yeah, I like what Mason's doing. I think in spring ball, you roll out the balls, you try different people in different positions. It's not like you're playing a game on Saturday, so you try to see where people fit best, So I'm really pleased with what he's doing, and Pat Kugler's doing a nice job, and Froelich and Pliska and all those guys are doing it in center spot.
I like that it gives you some flexibility to move Grant into
left side to the left tackle, and as a line coach, it's you're coaching the positions. You try to find the best fit. I came in last year and I moved Ben Braden from right tackle to left guard and Magnuson to right tackle. I just feel that that's the best, and it's just how those five guys work together.
You feel like Grant's ready to hold up out there?
Yeah, he's gotten stronger. Kevin Tolbert and his staff done a great job. You can see the maturity in his eyes. It's he's doing a good. He's right on schedule, and he's doing a good job. Really is.
Graham had done so much for you in the meeting room and on the field and stuff. How does one guy replace all that? Or is it kind of a committee thing,
I think it's been more of a committee in there. Guys are speaking up, the older guys naturally do. They feel more comfortable because they kind of understand things. But it's really been as a whole really good. Guys really interacting as an offense and as an offensive line.
How far ahead of schedule are you from last year to compared to now? I mean, it's got to be night and day, right?
Yeah, it really is. I think any first time you take over a program, you're trying to teach the concepts, you're trying to change the culture, and then you're trying to, the concepts you're putting in, you're always teaching the concepts, and then you're trying to teach the technique, and you're kind of back and forth. But I really feel like the time we're out here practicing, they understand the concepts. They still need to be refreshed and still taught. They never expect anybody knows everything, but you can really fine-tune the little techniques because this game's about winning your technique at this level. The margin of error is very, very small, and it even goes smaller as you go to the next level. So you really got to it's a technique-oriented game.
Drake Johnson seems to be running really well.
Yeah, doing good. He looks good. He had a nice run inside today. Yeah, he looks really good. And spirits are up. Looks good.
You expect JU to participate at all this spring, or are you not
We'll
sure
see.
Yet?
That's that he's working through something with that, and we'll see as we progress.
The quarterbacks, what do you like that you've seen from O'Korn? I don't know how much you guys work with him since he was running the demo team last year.
I like John. I think John's a really competitive person. It's important that he wants to do things right. He has a really good leadership in the huddle, like all those guys. Shane Morse is doing a nice job. Wilton's doing a nice job. McZone, Brandon Peters. I mean, you look at him when he walks out, he's a beautiful-looking specimen, And I think all those, Jim and Jed have done a good job with them and progressing them, but very pleased with all of them. We're rotating them through. There's no one person that's going with the one, so you guys can see that. And we're just rolling the balls out and playing football and see where it takes us.
Do you think you'll narrow that focus, though, at some point this spring with the quarterback?
We'll see as it goes. Jim and I will talk about it, and And as we go here, we'll see how it progresses. You know, it's just right now it's okay. We're going to day 4. We're gonna close week 1 tomorrow night, and then we'll head back to Ann Arbor, and we'll see, and we'll talk it as a coaching staff. We just don't say, well, hey, by week 2 we're gonna do this. It's really a field deal as coaches, and you guys, you know, as you watch film and get more comfortable with guys, you kind of progress in one way.
What went into the?
What are you looking for out of them?
I think a quarterback is a tremendous leader. He doesn't have to be an outspoken person. Can take great command of the huddle and make a play when there's no play to be made. You know, and then all the intangibles, you know, the great arm strength, the skill set, all the things that you look for. But the proven winner, you know, when the game's on the line, he can make a big play. I've always said it's the closer coming out of the bullpen. You know, the bases are loaded. You want the guy that's even keel, doesn't get too scared, you know, rattled. It's that true competitor. Likes to win, winning.
Last year in spring, you knew that Jake, or you had an idea that Jake might be coming, so you'd have someone else in the mix. Now you kind of think this is your group. Does it change kind of the way you look at them in the spring, knowing that this is maybe who you're going to choose from?
No, every time we come out here, it's open competition. It's not like, hey, I like this guy. As a job, as a coach, as a player, you got to come out and prove yourself every time you take the practice field, and you got to get better. And you know that. No, it's not. We don't make it that complicated. We put the best players into play, and we love to compete. And you know, it's compete.
What went into the Gentry move to tight end, and how do you like Wheatley there?
Oh, I like them both. You know, Zach Gentry's a big, tall guy, big target. He reminds me of a tight end we had at Evan Moore at Stanford that played there. You know, he's that type of guy who you could split him out, put him down, and he's a really good athlete. And I really like Zach. He's really taken the bull by the horns and really liking the position change and really being a team guy and wants to give back the best for the team.
You guys ever think about putting Wheatley at tackle or anything, or has he just been a tight end the whole time?
He's been a tight end, you know, that's his position. You know, it's always nice to have a big body there to play. He's a big body guy, can move people off the ball, you know, and I always think you go out and run a pattern, you can work a guy, you know, those short routes by the tight ends kind of playing like the boards underneath basketball, you know, big target, put the ball over here, you run them with it and you go, you know. It's hard, you know, you want a blocking tight end, you know, and they're hard to find. They really are.
He'd be a lot like what AJ was last year.
Yeah, like AJ, you know, have a role in the deal, and as he learns the system, he'll become faster as he gets older and move quicker, you know.
Is part of Zach's move because you're comfortable with the quarterbacks you have?
We just felt like, you know, Zach it's a good opportunity for him to play there. Not that saying that we don't think he could be a quarterback, but we felt that we need a need for him at the tight end positions this time for the football team.
Is it easy to convince someone to play tight end in this offense because of what you guys did with Jake and what you guys did at Stanford? It seems like there's opportunities there.
There's opportunities, I think. You know, I think that I really think that the kids have really a lot of respect for us as coaches, and we work together. And you know, if we say, hey, we like to make a position change, they're such team-oriented guys. We've got such a great locker room. They say, okay, coach, I'll do what's best for the team, and that's really the great tradition that's been at the University of Michigan.